we're debuting Bakugan Dragonoid. And I think this is a pretty nice truck. I like it personally. I like the red, the yellow, and the green on the truck. I think red and yellow go together fairly well. I mean, and when it's in a, and I was seeing how like where the truck would brake and how it would brake and all that. I was testing if it actually had something special. It does. But let's get to the run. Bakugan Dragonoid starting off his run and his debuting run on this show. Bakugan Dragonoid getting some pretty good air for his first run, and he's already gone for the backflip. He doesn't manage to make the backflip successful, but he does make the save successful. Bakugan Dragonoid getting some pretty big air. That one jump, going over them crush cars right there. Bakugan Dragonoid hit that jump. Bakugan Dragonoid with a moonwalk. Going for a donut onto that ramp, and then puts it into a cyclone and saves it. Gonna try again for another backflip. This time it's gonna be successful. Bakugan Dragonoid managing not to flip right there. Puts it into another donut. Bakugan Dragonoid with another successful flip in his run. Bakugan Dragonoid rolling right there, losing a couple pieces and panels. That doesn't matter as long as this run is still good and fantastic. Just drifting away from that backflip ramp, and he puts it into a stoppie, and that's gonna be the end of his run. Just doing a little something for the fans. Personally, I think that run was as good as it could be. Alright, the next truck we're gonna be pulling out is Dragon Gold. His debuting run on this show. We're just pulling this truck out because I want to see if you guys like this truck. Dragon Gold coming out, spitting fire, getting some pretty good air. Dragon Gold with a double backflip right there. Dragon Gold gets some pretty big air. Excuse me. Dragon Gold with a donut. A smooth landing right there. That landing wasn't so smooth, but he's gonna keep all fours right there. Right up there. Not a very successful backflip. I don't even think that was a backflip. But he manages to keep all fours up, but keep all fours down. Dragon Gold with another backflip. So far, that's 3 backflips in his run. Dragon Gold spinning. And he manages to put it up on his side after a little bit of a slide right there. And he's gonna celebrate with a 4th backflip in his run. Dragon hitting biggest jump here. Gets pretty big air into a bicycle. And he does a donut right onto that ramp. Into a slap wheelie. And he manages to put it up back on all 4s. Dragon Gold saving it right there. And that's going to be the end of his run. But what is he doing? Dragon Gold with a donut with flames. Just for the fans. He's gonna drift back into Titan's lane. We're gonna pull out another truck. Alright. I'm gonna let the one viewer that's actually watching my stream pick the truck he wants to see me use. I have all the trucks, so if you're gonna ask for one certain truck, there's gonna be a variation. I just use Dragon Gold, but I still have Dragon Ice, Dragon, and Dragon Overcast, and all that. Please tell me if you want to pick, you can pick. I'm gonna use Mohawk Warrior. You can pick the next truck that comes out if you would like to. Next up, we have Mohawk Warrior. Getting some good speed coming out of Titan's lane. Get some big air off that first jump. It's gonna glitch a little bit, but that doesn't. But I don't care. Mohawk Warrior. When I say Dragon or Mohawk Warrior, I meant Mohawk Warrior if I said different name. Mohawk Warrior. Try to go for a backflip, but fails. Mohawk Warrior getting some pretty big air right there. And Mohawk Warrior with a power out. What is Mohawk Warrior doing? Will Mohawk Warriors manage to save and put it back up on all 4s? He manages to do that. Will he manage to land this double backflip? Sadly, he doesn't. And he's gonna have to go back to the area where you park. Little bit of a bicycle right there. And he manages to turtle himself again. Next up, we have Gravedigger, the Legend. Out comes Gravedigger, the Legend. And he's gonna get some pretty big air right there. Air off his first jump. And out comes Gravedigger, the Legend. Gonna hit the biggest ramp right there. Get some fine air. Gravedigger, the Legend with a donut into a barrel roll, and the body doesn't even touch the ground. That was a very beautiful move what he just did right there. I don't even know how he did that. Alright, I'm good, guys. Gravedigger the Legend getting some air. And he doesn't even turtle himself. He gets back up on all fours. Hold on. Into a wheelie. Oh my god. And he goes into a stoppie. So far, Gravedigger the Legend's been doing pretty good out of all of them. And that's going to be the end of his run. He turtled himself. But he's going to do a wheelie for the fans. Into a front flip. I mean back flip. Another wheelie. I swear if you don't like the driver of this truck or the truck, then you're not a true Monster Jam fan. I'm joking, guys. But I do like the Anderson family as Monster Jam drivers. They are pretty good. I'm gonna pull out regular Max D for this next run. Out comes Max D, letting them sparks fly. He's gonna hit that jump, getting some pretty big air off his first jump. Sorry for the cringy commentary. Hey, you could just be here for the, you know, trucks. Max D gonna try to go for another backflip, but sadly fails. Dang, I really wanted that truck to last longer. Eh, I can pull out another Max D. I got 4 of them left. Well, yeah, 4. Max D sadly has to go back to Titans Lane, the park. Why not upgrade this thing so much? Max D is now back in Titans Lane. And he has to sit out and watch the rest of the show. I'm gonna pull out another Max D later on, but I'm gonna take out a Monster Mutt. Next up, we have Monster Mutt Rottweiler. One of my personal favorites here in the show. Monster Mutt Rottweiler with a bicycle at the beginning of his run, but he has to save it. And he puts himself back on his side again. And he manages to save it after 2 attempts. Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Saving it, putting it into a stoppie. Oh my gosh. That was such a wild save. That bicycle into a cyclone right there was pretty good too. Really nice move done by Monster Mutt Rottweiler. He's gonna hit that jump, getting some pretty big air. Looks like Monster Mutt Rottweiler was gonna spin out right there. And he turtles himself. He's gonna have to go back and park. Or bark. Get it? My jokes are so bad. But that's what I like about them. That they're bad. Next up, we have one that we've barely been using when we started this show. Northern Nightmare. Out comes Northern Nightmare from Titans Lane. Getting some pretty good speed to get some pretty big air right there. And he does a backflip from hitting that ramp a little wrong. That was unintentional, everybody. I wasn't trying to do that. I just went with it. Northern Nightmare They're getting some pretty big air right there. Going over them crushed cars. And he's not gonna turtle himself. And he manages to save it. Northern Nightmare with a bicycle right there. And he lands pretty smoothly going out of that jump too. Northern Nightmare is gonna try to land a little smoother. And he puts it into a bicycle. I'll be back. I gotta go get a charger for my controller. Alright everybody, I'm back. Just gotta plug this in. Plug in my controller. Put on my actual headset. Northern Nightmare. Gonna try to save it right there. But a panel gets stuck under his tire and he still manages to save it. Northern Nightmare getting some pretty big air right there. Getting some good momentum for just getting back up on all fours when he hit that jump. Northern Nightmare doing a bit of a barrel roll right there, and he turtles himself. Personally, I think that was a pretty good run by Northern Nightmare. I love me just a little bit of a good run. A good run is always good and crazy. And I love when those types of runs happen here in Monster Jam. Alright, we're gonna start pull out some DLC trucks after I use Son of a Digger. Cause you always gotta use Son of a Digger. Hold on. You know what? After this run, there's gonna be a stream, just a mini stream right after that Digger only stream. If you watched it. Son of a Digger starting off his run with some pretty good speed and momentum to get some good air. And he puts it into a wheelie right before he hits that jump. And a bicycle. Son of a Digger never fails to have those in his run. Son of a nigger is gonna save it. One panel loose, but that's okay. I accidentally tapped the reverse button. Son of a nigger, getting some air right there. He's gonna try to hit that backflip ramp with a double backflip, but he turtles himself and fails. But he's gonna put something on for his fans. He's gonna do a donut into a cyclone. He doesn't manage to keep it up on two wheels. Son of a nigger. Puts it into a bicycle. And he goes down. That's gonna be it for today's stream, everybody. I think today's stream was pretty successful. I have to say so myself. I'm gonna let you guys pick the truck that you want to win. Same goes for last stream. You guys pick truck that you want to win. The truck that has the most comments, like you say, you pick a truck that you want to win, and then you don't have to give a reasoning, but you can give a reasoning why and all that. If you like the truck, or if you just want the truck to win. I don't really care. It's just the truck that gets the most votes, and the truck's run that you liked, or the truck that you like. There's no circumstances for or which truck that's gonna win, but I'm just gonna let you guys choose the one that gets the most comments about it. It's gonna win, or the one that I see the most comments about. Sometimes, if I get comments, I might not ever get comments, so I'll just make that choice myself. If I don't see any comments, I'll, just overwatch the stream. But that's it for today's stream, and see you guys